Hello, this is metaloidmonkey here with Game 2 of Saraspada vs bb2010. This time it's Saraspada's Anders vs bb2010's Forge on Tundra. It's a relatively fair matchup. I mean, he really could go either way, but at the same time Anders does have a slight advantage. I mean, I personally, even though Tundra and Release are very similar, I feel like Forge has a slight advantage on Release.
All units.
But I feel like it's more even on Tundra.
Local
So Spada's gonna go for his typical hogs in the beginning, going collect supplies on the outside of the map. I don't know why he just doesn't like to go for those middle supplies. But in this sort of situation, he really does need to scout Forge's base to find out if Forge is going to go for a reactor 3rd gunner or a reactor 4th gunner.
Local units.
And the key to this game is really just to tech your eco and recognize if Forge goes for a grenadier build, because that's really his best option to build grenadier and tanks. Because since you can build hogs the entire game, grenadier and tanks will beat gremlins and tanks for a short amount of time until enough gremlins get out. And I mean that's just one of the typical things. And if you take an expo and he pushes on that with grenadier, then you can't hold that expo. You're gonna lose it. And you're gonna lose the game. So you just gotta recognize that and tech your eco. So BB had scouted Spada's base, and Spada's trying to get rid of that supply pad and queue a reactor just to make BB think that he's going for a reactor 3rd, when in fact he's going for a reactor 4th. Reactor 4th is best for your eco. It lets you tech your pads straight away. And Spada really just has to get all of them upgraded and try to keep even with Forge's eco the best he can. Because the longer the game goes, up to a certain point, the advantage shifts in Spada's favor, because he'll be able to get more gremlins out. So basically, the concept, so BB's goal is to make it a short game and win with one push, whereas Spada's game plan here, he's got to really got to delay it and then push. If he can push off the initial attack, he should be able to win.
Reactor complete.
So he really shouldn't acute gunner just yet. He should delay gunner and upgrade the other pad. He really just got to get those pads upgraded. And he's playing very defensively with his hogs. He really should scout just to know what Forge is doing. But it looks like he's eyeing that expo. I hope he doesn't go try to take that out for himself.
Gunner research.
Keep telling him every single time that base is slightly farther if you're going to take a base.
Enemy engagement.
But since he keeps going back to BB's base, I think what he's actually intending to do is probably steal the expo off of him.
All units.
But if he's going to do that, I wouldn't approach from that side, because as you see, the turret is going to start shooting at him there. So he's going to take damage on his hogs. He'd be much better off coming from the other side and forcing BB's hogs into the turret. If not, and if at the very least, like picking off a hog or two of BB's as it goes to join his other hogs. So now Spada's got all his pads upgraded, but Spada's cut-making hogs, which is a bad idea. He really does need to. I really feel like it's better to go for more hogs in this case, so that he can pretty much match Forge with the hog numbers, so he doesn't get severely outnumbered later on.
All units. All units.
I don't know if it's really even worth going hogs. I mean, maybe you could cut hogs, throw a turret, and then try to go for try to get a quick tank out to take the base out next to you, and then just play defensively, turtle up for a little while until you have enough gremlins to just push and win. Or push when they go for Tech 3. But I mean, I just don't understand what he's trying to accomplish here. I mean, I see he's like trying to delay BB from being able to take that expo, but I don't think he's being aggressive enough with his hogs. He's just kind of sitting back, doing nothing with them.
All units.
I too like to build hogs and then sit there and do nothing. I mean, it makes me feel really safe.
All units.
So I feel now's a good time to point out, since there's not much action going on right now, that bb2010 still should upload those rest of the games versus Mighty Icy. We're looking forward to
Reactor
those.
complete.
Why are you
All
going
units.
Hornets? That is, oh my god. Is he retarded? I mean, Spada, what are you doing? He shouldn't be going Hornets. He doesn't have, he's cut hogs and he's gonna try to go Hornets. Alright, A, he's not gonna have a hog lead. B, Forge, you already know that the Forge is probably gonna go for a Grenadier and tanks. And yeah, he's Spada's out hogged and he's trying to, I mean, generally you don't go for Hornets if they have a hog lead. If you don't have hog lead, if you have like a relatively similar number of hogs, or if you're on a double base straight away, then you can go for the Hornets.
Grenadier, research.
But not in this case. He really, I mean, I personally versus Forge like to go tank gremlins and tanks because once I kill the initial hogs, then I just have the, I'll just win because I have all the extra gremlins in there. Now that's a good position to fight BB's hogs in, but he really shouldn't have pulled off in that and ran away right there.
All units.
He took a lot of damage when he was fleeing that one.
Orders. Let's go. Ready to roll. Where to? Roll.
Oh no. Please don't
All
heal your
units.
hogs.
And let's go.
Oh my god.
All units.
Yeah, if Spada won this, if Spada like managed to win this game, like he wouldn't deserve it. Not one bit.
Where to?
But everybody knows what happens now because Spada gets 5-0'd. I mean, it's better to lose to bb2010 than to lose to someone like
On station.
All units.
Forge is down. I mean, yeah.
All units.
Hornet in the air.
Alright, lone
All
tank.
units.
But he's got all the Grenadier hogs there, and the Grenadier is going to target down the Hornets. And kill Spada's Grenadier. And kill Spada's Gremlin.
All units.
Cryo by BB there. Kind of a waste. It's only got like 1.5 a hog.
All units.
But I mean, it's enough.
All units. All units. All units.
And so it's, I mean, there's not much to say. Just Spada gets ruined, but he really should have just tried to turtle up and should have gone for tanks. And maybe a turret at that point and tried to take the base next to him with the tanks. It's okay to build those hogs, but you gotta use them. You can't just sit there. You gotta put pressure on his base so you can delay the expo, maybe even deny a pad or gain a hog lead on him. I mean, you gotta play more aggressively if you're not gonna take your own base and play defensively. So Spada's just gonna resign.